she said it was always knowing that she was going to be able to beat this and going to be able to come home fully healed and or be at home. We weren't in the hospital at that time, but be home, be fully healed. And the doctor said at some point to fully, prevent the need for further treatment, she was going to have to get a bone marrow transplant surgery. And so we had that in the back, in the forefront of our focus, and we knew that that was something that we were driving towards at some point, whatever that right point was going to be. But I knew in my spirit that to that moment we sat there in the doctor's office that this was going to be what killed her. I never told her, and I didn't want to dare speak against that. I wanted her always have the hope and that the Lord was going to, do his thing and save her, heal her, and restore her body. And, we prayed that way. I prayed that way. I wanted to believe that way. I tried to believe that way. I prayed in earnest that that be the case. And even to the point of restoring our relationship or our marriage, that I would want it to be all of it healed, her or us, you name it. But wasn't to be. So we continued to, move through the summer move to, March, April, May, into June, and of course it was hot in June and hot in May in the Inland Empire in Southern California where we lived. So, she would have her nights where treatment nights she'd be up a lot because the version of therapy she was getting it would keep her awake and give her jitters and she always thought that she had what she self-diagnosed as restless leg syndrome. So the nights that she couldn't sleep, she would always feel like, my legs just like they're just moving and like these little needles are just pinning me. I just can't sit still. And I didn't have any trouble sleeping. And she said I snored a lot anyway. And on the nights that she was dealing with side effects of the treatment, she would, stay downstairs, watch TV, move around, and walk around. Because she couldn't sleep anyway, so my snoring didn't affect her one way or the other in those cases. That always seemed unfortunate to really wash her out because she was just tired and drained. And of course, it changed her palate. Had a different taste for food, and we knew that was coming. She said didn't want to eat with any metal utensils because it would also kind of give her mouth a cold metallic taste, give her food a different taste as well. So we tried to do a lot of preparations around the house and food prep and eating stuff and cooking utensils to kind of, to help her, make her feel as if she was still human. I mean, she didn't feel human, as she said, in a lot of cases because a lot of her body was changing, her taste was changing, things that she could do were changing, and things that we could do were changing, and it was different. So we were trying to deal with the different and trying to find a comfortable way to have an improved quality of life and figure out where the Lord would have us to be and how to help. This was one of those situations where she was always at full strength, She didn't ever want anybody to help her. No, she don't help me carry nothing, don't help me do nothing. I got it. It was always her response. I got it. Don't need any help. That was always kind of hard because I'm wired to be a caregiver, and so all I ever saw my dad ever really do is help and care and help my mom and do things and be helpful. And so not being able to do what you're wired to do, that was tough. I think that was one of the toughest areas that for me I had to deal with throughout our marriage. She always, whenever she was physically ill or whenever she was in labor or in childbirth times, and she would always let me help then, and she would let anybody help then because she was in discomfort and she wasn't at full strength. But she got back on her feet, man. She was hell on wheels, dude. She would never let anybody help